I have never found myself on a known path, as the known path leads to a known destination. Where is it that you wish to venture off to? Is it to the trees?
To the trees.
Or is it to the mountains?
To the mountains.
Or is it far, far away? We are about to enter a story that is special. It needs to be told. And for this story to be told, you need to be relaxed. And in order to be relaxed, you need to breathe. Every story begins with a newly found excitement and zest for life. But when that is lost, then so become your guides. Once upon a time, a young traveler landed on a big green and blue ball. The ball was flying in the sky, and people from all over the world were watching them live, breathe, and sometimes even go to the bathroom. But we're not supposed to tell them that. Oh. Now, a beautiful and magical stork landed beside the little one and wrapped the young traveler in a gender non-specific colored duvet. They brought them into their home they were destined to be in. They were full with hope in their eyes and air within their lungs. So they screamed out, "I am here!" Sorry, that was kind of loud. I promise I won't scream again. And loud! Well, okay, then I won't promise. They were put in a crib and visited by two elderly but beautiful fairies. One dressed in blue, in a gender non-specific colored, and one dressed in yellow. The blue fairy promised the traveler to be destined for love and for prosperity, as they waved their wand and enchanted them with a little spell. Abracadabra. The yellow fairy waved their wand from where they were flying and promised good fortune and good luck on any travel they would embark on, all while casting the words Expelliarmus. The fairies then admired the little one once more before gently leaving a book on their duvet that said, "My life story." The fairies said that this book would show up if the young traveler would ever require to look in it. But for now, it vanished into thin air. Leaving the traveler now to their own devices, they at least had the comfort of their home they were destined to grow up in. And grow up they did, but as they ventured out, it seemed the fairies' input wasn't as helpful as they had promised. The spells that were cast might have been the wrong ones, which would be my fault. Or maybe it was the fault of the traveler. I mean, who would know when no one is telling you why you're here in the first place? The young traveler encountered many things that weren't a representation of love, prosperity, nor good luck, which is kind of the same thing anyway. And even though the traveler was called the traveler wasn't at all well traveled. The once hopeful, sassy, and loud little thing had grown up to a big, but even a littler thing. They felt so weak about all that happened in their life. So, what happened? Along their travels, even though they didn't really do much of it, it seems they started to forget who they were.
And it is when the story stops, you know there's nothing you can do but to continue yourself.
But then, a darker fairy seemed to make an appearance throughout their life. The fairy was dressed in all black and carried an aura of darkness and hostility.
Avada Kedavra.
But without making this too scary, the fairy never did reveal itself. They remained in the dark, but they were taunting the traveler with subtle but evil incantations.
The doubt you feel is real. Never again will you have friends. Your fear is the only thing that belongs here.
Damn, they are evil. Shh. We're doing a meditation. Sorry. She is right though. They were an evil fairy destined to remove the love, prosperity, luck, and good fortune in the young traveller's life. And so they did. Draconis Inferno. Etherius Vortex. Celestia Lumina. Avada Kedavra. But not all spells were a direct hit or a hit at all. Some even backfired, weakening the dark fairy. But what did this mean? Well, sometimes the traveller did take the road less travelled. Stop it. And this made the storybook appear through different times throughout their life, even if it was only for a split second. And it made the traveller wonder how and why this book materialized. The traveller didn't know exactly when, but they did start to recognize a pattern. The first was their knighting ceremony. They expressed true courage and bravery, because regardless of their circumstances, they slayed the dragon within the caves of doom. The book appeared, but it appeared so far away that they just couldn't get to it in time. The second was when they felt trapped to the trolls, but they continued to sweet talk them into their own trap and rescuing the villagers with it. And the book did appear, but in the hands of a rescued villager, and the book seemed to know it, because then it disappeared again. Now, the third one was a rather special one. The book suddenly crystallized when they opened up to themselves about a grievance that they had been carrying for years. And within this moment, the book appeared again, but for the longest time. And it had enough magic to ensure a quick moment to look in it. And what they found was truly life-changing. The book had nothing in it. So, what the hell did this all mean? They were destined for love, prosperity, good fortune and good luck. Why was their life like this? They had never found true love. They had no trade to excel in. I mean, they had a few courageous moments in their life, but that was it. They were depressed, angry, frustrated, mad at the world. Then they walked into the darkness of the night, carrying their heavy but sharp sword on their backs. This was the lowest point of their life. Then they angrily threw their blade into the ground when it perfectly tipped into the soft and green grass. They saw a light appear at the grip of their sword, a yellowish light, writing an italic font into the blade. Does the italic font add something? My life story, it said. And the traveller suddenly felt a calming sensation coming over them when they looked into the distance. They noticed that the sun began to rise. Then they took the sword and put it back into their scabbard. Then, as the sun had risen, so had their smile. And for an unbeknownst reason, they simply knew. And what they knew, they did not know, but they did know that they knew. But they don't know that we know, they know we know. The end. And for you need to be... Every story begins with a new Every single story begins with a new... Oh god, I'm so scared! Or maybe it was the fault of the traveler. The books seem to appear at pivotal moments throughout the traveler's ik wil zeggen traveler's wife, because that's like a movie. They don't know that we know. They don't know that we know. They know we know. They don't know that we know. They know we know. But they don't know that we know. They know we know. But they don't know that we know. But they don't know that we know. They know we know. They, we. What they knew. They did not know, but they did know what they knew. But they don't know that we know. They know we know. What they did know. What they knew, they did not know. But they did know that they knew. They don't know that we know. They don't know that we know they know we know. That is it. This is the money one. This is the big one. This is the one.